Hi, my name is Alex Spencer, and in this video, my partner and I will be presenting some AP literature strategies on how to analyze poem using TWIST, and then take that analyzation to further answer some multiple choice questions that are based on that poem. So the poem that we're going to be analyzing is called Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night by Dylan Thomas, and we're going to be applying TWIST, which is a way to analyze this poem. TWIST stands for title, what's it about, imagery, structure and style, and then the last T is tone and theme. So here's a quick preview of the poem right here. So now what I'm going to do is pass it off to my partner Ivan, and he'll go over how to apply the TWIST analysis to the actual multiple choice questions that you will be answering, as well as furthering your knowledge with some multiple choice answering strategies that you can implement.
I want to go over some of the questions that we have already prepared with our team. So they're going to be showing as I say them. So if you have any questions, you can pause the video or whatever the case might be. But let's go with question number 1. Which of the following is not an attitude the speaker displays? So I'm going to go over every answer choice and just tell you how to analyze it and how to eliminate some of the answer choices. So for answer A, it says resistance to the circumstances. And it's clearly saying not an attitude. So it was a lot of resistance in this piece, primarily because the actual author, the writer, was trying to explain how his father was trying to die gently, but he didn't want that to happen because he wanted to make sure that he lived a well life, something to be memorable about. So resistance was very present in his attitude towards his father's death. So that wouldn't be necessarily an attitude that was not present. Another one is unexpected melancholy for answer B, and the whole story is very melancholic, and the way it's very unexpected is because he says it in a way where he barely starts to know what's happening with his father. He starts to it hits him that he's gonna die. So the unexpected element and the melancholic element are there. For answer C, we have determined forcefulness, and I think this is the one that you would think that might be the answer, primarily because it has the word forcefulness, and in this context, I don't think it's present, but the other keyword is determined. It's the forcefulness is there, but he's not determined. He's not necessarily telling things as facts. He's really saying things from his opinion and what he thinks is there. The next answer is D, which is solemn objectivity. And I think this is the one that mostly irons out that is not an attitude, primarily because it's very opinion based. What he's saying things without other opinions. He's saying things based on what he thinks is right. So the objectivity part of it is not there. So your answer choice would be D. It's again going to be on the screen, so if you have any questions or you want to read it, you're more likely to pause it or whatever the case might be. Just is there as a tool. So for number 3 is, how does the author suggest one should meet death? So we're gonna do the same routine. We're just gonna go over the answer choices and see how we can eliminate it and really know what it's really asking. So we're gonna go on to answer A, which is prayerful acceptance, and I think this one's to me is the one that you kind of kick out first, primarily because it doesn't give much of a philosophical, religious type of aspect. It mostly focuses on the humane aspect, the way we react to death, especially when you're with someone that's close. So it doesn't really have anything religious. If it had anything more like involving maybe Christianity or some sort of reference to God, I think it would apply. But in this case, I think it's kind of the one that you kind of laid out quite early when you're doing the analysis. The next answer would be answer B, which is a solemn resistance. And in this case, it's kind of go contrary with what I said the first time, where it's very using of resistance, but the solemn aspect, which is something that shows kind of like more of a melancholic aspect to it is not there. It's not necessarily being calm about it. It's not necessarily talking about how resistance is gonna be lightly taken. It's not talking in that context, talking about resistance in a forceful way. It's like almost urging the other character to be fighting death, to do something with his life. So the solemn aspect is the one that you have to analyze. And remember, the best ways to answer these type of questions is to make sure that you read and understand the two aspects, because sometimes they'll throw you off by giving you a word that's similar that you would think resistance. Well, that's something that's there, but make sure that you know what that second word or that keyword is. So now let's go to answer C, and it says amiable resignation. Sorry, and in this case, he's not resigning, and the way it's said is that the person who is being told to do these things hasn't responded. So if the father would be responding in terms of this poem, I think it would have applied, because it shows kind of resignation, how the author or the son in this case would be urging him not to resign, but there's no response from that particular character. So it's not involved. I don't think it wouldn't be an answer choice. So now, clearly you will know, since we already eliminated 3, D would be the answer. And it's fierce preparedness. And the way I interpret this is that it's very fierce, and the way he says things and the way he's showing them is very, very prepared. He strategically knows what to say, almost as if the character knew what to tell his father, because he knows his father. So in my opinion, I think this one's going to be a freebie, primarily because the other ones, if you really dig deep about what their meanings are, specifically the definitions and the two part of the answer choices, you kind of iron them out and you know that they're not there. So in this case, D would be the answer. I hope this helped. If you want to go over the other questions, we will be linking the document down below. Again, if you have any questions, we could shoot our contact information. But again, remember guys, analyze the actual questions. Just like if you were doing the twist analysis, do analysis to the questions. Know what you're being asked. Make sure you know what the nots are. Sometimes they give you these weird questions where like, not this. Make sure you read those aspects, and just be prepared by analyzing those questions. And even something that you could do is, before you even read or even do the twist analysis, you could even analyze the questions first and do the twist analysis later. That way you know roughly an idea of what you're being asked to do. So with that, thank you guys. Thanks, Alex, my friend, she went over the twist analysis. I went over the MC questions. So I just want to say thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.